Hey everyone, welcome to P-Picks Top 5. My name is Percy Jules. I hope you all are having a great week. I know I have because I've been listening to some really great music. And as I do every week, I made a top 5 of great new releases that I think are really worth taking a listen to. And I'm gonna share it with you. Now I'm really excited about this, so let's waste no more time and let's go.
This is P-Picks Top 5.
Number 5.
Okay, let's start off with a kind of fun album. I'm talking about the deluxe edition of Sharp on All Four Corners by E40. Now when I say fun, it doesn't mean that it shouldn't be taken seriously as a quality album, that there isn't any great quality on the album, because there is. It is an album that features 28 great hip-hop tracks, and it has some great beats, some authentic rapping, but on top of that, it also exhibits a great sense of humor in the lyrics. Now, and that all makes for just a very good, great, enjoyable, fun album. So this week, number 5, E40 with Sharp on All Four Corners.
Number 4.
Okay, next up is Charlie XCX. Now, of course, we all know her as a gal with kind of a bitchy attitude, in a good way. Well, she just released her 3rd studio album. The album has 13 songs, and of course, we know Boom Clap, and probably you'll know a few other songs of the album. But the album has actually a lot more to offer than the singles would suggest. It's an album with punk music combined with some rock and roll and some pop, and there's even some R&B. And within that context, this album features some really great tracks. So this week at number 4, Charlie XCX with Sucker.
Number 3.
Now at number 3 this week is an album that is just impossible to ignore because it's just too good. I'm talking about D'Angelo and the Vanguard with Black Messiah. Now, it's D'Angelo's first full-length album in 14 years, so that's a very long time, but it's been worth the wait. Now, commercially, this album probably won't be the most successful, so to speak, because I think that not everyone will be able to appreciate this music, because it's kind of a musician's kind of music. So I'm not saying that if you're not a musician that it's impossible for you to enjoy this album, but I think it will appeal more to people that at least have some knowledge of the process of creating music. Now anyway, this album exhibits some soul. There's a lot of soul, a lot of R&B, a lot of funk music. There is some jazz, there is some rock music even, and it's just very original. It really has a signature D'Angelo sound. So go check it out. Number 3, D'Angelo with Black Messiah.
Number 2.
Okay, at number 2 this week is, you might say, a veteran boy band from the early 90s, mind you. I'm talking about Take That with their latest release called 3. Now, of course, when they started with 5. Now, some members left the band. Of course, Robbie Williams left the band, but also Jason Orange is no longer with the band. But they're back. They're back with their 7th studio album, and I have to say I'm really impressed. They work with some really great producers, and they came up with a 15-track album with some really modern pop songs, some great songs, really well produced, a really up-to-date sound, and that to me is a really great achievement for a band that's been around for more than 20 years. So, well deserved. Number 2, Take That with 3.
Number 1.
This week's number 1 is Nicki Minaj with the Pink Print. She released her 3rd studio album with 19 tracks, And of course, we all know Pills and Potions, we know Anaconda, you might also know Only and Bed of Lies. But this album features a lot more than those singles would suggest. It's just a lot better than that. It has much more depth, and it just reaches a surprisingly high quality, I have to say. It is basically a hip hop album and an R&B album, and it has a lot of pop in it, but it's just very authentic with some really beautiful songs. And it also features some real interesting collaborations. So again, I'm just very impressed. Go check it out. This week's number 1, Nicki Minaj with the pink print. Okay everyone, that is all for this week. Please subscribe to the channel. I don't know where exactly, but you'll find out. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful, awesome Christmas, and I will talk to you next week.